If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Krypton Season 1, Episode 7, Transformation, stop listening now, major spoilers, here we go. Let me say this. There was no way that Krypton was going to be able to deliver a really explosive episode after Civil Wars. So I knew this one was going to be very, very slow, very methodical, a lackadaisical approach, a way that, number one, they wouldn't have to spend a whole lot of money, and then they can end the episode with a bang to go into Savage Night, which is going to be on next week, May 9th. So I knew this was going to be kind of a slow one, and it was, okay? So after a failed coup, Darren punishes the conspirators. Lyta and Dev go in search of Jaina. So this is all I got for my notes. Like I always do, I have a little bit of little notes for Krypton, man. So I'm just going to read through these real quick, and then we'll get in with the episode, man. Plan A, expose the voice of Val to the people. Zeta Beam is broken. Adam and Grandpa L get some alone time, and we find out that he wants to be a wannabe hero. Red Shard, that's the loyal group that is very loyal to Brainiac. Adam Strange came to Krypton to become a hero to get noticed by the Justice League. Blah, blah, blah. Adam Strange came to Krypton to be a hero and get noticed by the Justice League. Let me see. Primus, Dev, and Lyta face off in the ice, and Dev is injured. So that was really, really disappointing, man, for me, because I'm a fan of this guy, man. He's the guy that plays Devin, who is Aaron Pierre. This dude is he, for me at least, he should be on like some sort of TV show that has to do with Cyborg, or even I would cast him inside of the Green Lantern Corps as John Stewart. Man, the guy is powerful, okay? He got his arm shot off tonight, and if I'm looking at it correctly, it should be, let me see, he's turned around this way, so it's this arm. He got his left arm shot off. It's gone. I don't know how they're going to correct it. I don't even know if he's dead. But the situation happened where Lyta and Dev are trying to catch up with Primus, and it was kind of like a full circle thing, you know. Where she was hidden at was actually in the ice, where we learned about her story, about her going into the ice, ended up killing her brother, and then she came out of the ice and she survived. You know, it talks about sacrifice, and you have to make the ultimate sacrifice. Well, that's where Lyta's she actually made the sacrifice to, shoot Dev with this giant weapon, shot his arm off, and then he's out in the in the ice, just kind of dead, and we don't know what's gonna happen to him. I made a prediction. And actually, said it was correct. It wasn't correct. I actually slowed it down. They faked us out last week. They showed that Dev did not get attached by Brainiac, with the red shard into the head. They faked us. They faked us out. It ended up happening that Dev M is contaminated by Brainiac. He's taken over by Brainiac. And now he's either dead or injured. Who knows, man? We don't know until next week. I'm really, really sad about that. Like I said, I still can't believe it happened, man. The episode wasn't really explosive. There was just a lot of reveals. Number one, Brainiac is extremely powerful, man. We knew that he was gonna be powerful, but to see it in live action and to see what they're able to do with this, man, it's amazing. Okay, you can't run, you can't lie, you can't cheat, you can't steal, you can't get one over on Brainiac, and even the plan that Seg-El had to expose Brainiac to the people at the end of the celebration period. Brainiac took that information, compartmentalized it, flipped it, and decided, okay, you know what? This is how we're going to go. And that was with the with the help of Darren Vex. Darren Vex was like, yo, listen, if you don't show up tonight, if you don't do this ceremony, the people are going to be like, yo, what's going on with, is this straight? I always mess up on that. Okay, anyway, they're always like, the people are going to be like, yo, what's going on with the voice of Val? Is something's wrong? So he was like, let's go and we'll show him. So they go up to this party at the end. Okay, it's a celebration period. He's about to do this, I don't know, chanting or whatever. Instead, like this girl, one of his closest people, she yells out, fraud, heresy, you know what I'm saying? Something from like Man of Steel, you know what I'm saying? She's like, this guy's an alien, or whatever. And then he's like, the voice of Val, he had his helmet on and stuff. He's like, I'm actually I've actually transcended this body, and now you can watch me walk into this fire. And he walks into this fire, man, and then it turns into this ball. It actually looks like, if you remember Phoenix, man, you know what I'm saying, when Phoenix rises from the ashes, it looks like that, mixed in with like Flame On, you know what I'm saying, from Fantastic Four, Human Torch. And it's mixed with like a little bit of superhero. So it has a cape glowing. It's all in fire. He rises up and elevates, and this ball of fires around him. And then people just begin to worship him and praise him and like, oh my gosh, yes. He's like, who wants to live forever? And then everybody's like, yo, me, yo. And then they just go nuts, man. It was really, really a powerful moment, you know what I'm saying, inside of the show. Because I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. If I would have saw that and you know, I'd have been like, yo, let's go. I'm not worthy, you know what I'm saying? But let's get some praise and worship going on for Brainiac, okay? Whatever this transcended, you know, new being is, I'm down with it, man. Other than that, we have our first moment where Jaina and General Zod actually meet. And obviously, you know what I'm saying, with Primus, man, you know, she kind of interrogates General Zod a little bit, you know what I'm saying? There's kind of a back and forth, but I think that she believes him towards the end that he actually is part of the House of Zod, that he is true, and that she can kind of trust him for a little bit, because he kind of reminds her, he's like, you know, even you should know this, being a Zod, you know, that it doesn't matter if I sacrifice a whole entire, you know, city in order to save the entire planet, you know what I'm saying? And it was dope. I was like, yo, that's tight. So I really, really enjoyed that that moment, man. Nessa got a lot of, you know, screen time for the first time. We find out that she can fight, she can take care of herself, she's independent. We find out that she actually had a previous lover that had taught her that, you know what I'm saying? It was a female guard that taught her all her combat stuff, you know, and it was pretty cool to get that backstory, because I was like, yo, how does Nessa know how to, you know, whoop ass like that? Because she's actually taking on the Sagittari, and you're sitting here like, yo, bro, okay, first off, we understand that Seg has a little bit of, you know, experience now, and he's you know, kind of, he's the hero, you know, he should be able to do stuff that no other, you know, character can do. But I was like, yo, I'm not buying that. And then they gave her the backstory, you know what I'm saying, and I was like, okay, I'm believing that a little bit. It was still a little bit of but you know, the Sagittari are so weak, you know, they remind me of stormtroopers, and that's kind of disappointing, you know, especially with the hype level that we were given for them. So they're pretty much just like, you know, stormtroopers. They're not that good. They're not that cool. Let me see who else. Let's talk about Adam Strange, man. That, for me, the reveal that he's not a actual hero, that everything that we've learned from him since episode 1 coming back until now, he's a fraud. I didn't really, I kind of felt like I couldn't trust him, but I didn't know that it was going to come to a level to where at the end of the season, we're actually nearing the end of the season. And if we're looking at this from a standpoint of the season, we're looking at we're looking at 3 episodes, man, until the end. Okay, so you got Savage Night on May 9th, you have Hope on the 16th of May, and then you have the Phantom Zone, which I'm really, really looking forward to that, man, on May 23rd, okay? And then that will end season 1. And I don't know how it's going to be. We don't know. But for Savage Night, it says a resistance movement begins to form to impede the voice of Rao's increasing power and influence. And that should give us a reveal of Brainiac. And I'm hoping so, man. I really, really do. Because, you know, we start to see the transformation from the voice of Rao character that as he's taken over right now for Brainiac. So we get to see, you know, all this scarring and all this Brainiac sort of technology coming through him. We see the blackened eyes. We get the little bit of the green stuff. We get a little bit of the red shard coming through somewhere in points of his body. And you're sitting here thinking to yourself, okay, all you have to do is take off the wig, and that should be Brainiac, okay, and then rip the skin off. Because I think it looks like he's just wearing a mask, a human mask, and then just Brainiac should be underneath there. Hopefully that'll happen. But anyway, going back to Adam Strange, I thought that he was sent here on a mission, you know, and now we understand, and it was pretty cool to have a voice drop and a name drop for Justice League, you know. He was like... He was like, you know, I came here to be noticed by, you know, Justice League and to become a hero. And you kind of feel for him a little bit. Now you understand why he's so unorthodox in his approach. You kind of feel as if, it's just like he doesn't have any really training. He's kind of, just all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So he's just a brand new little superhero that has no powers. He has no abilities, no nothing. All he has was, or he had when he first came here, was the Zeta Beam, and then the Zeta Beam was damaged, and now he has that back. And here's what's crazy about it too, is that he actually reset the history inside of Val-El. He reset the computer to where, whatever conversation he had, Val-El knew at that point, inside of the Fortress of Solitude, but he reset it. And then I don't know how that's going to work out, man, especially when Val-El finds out about it, and then if Val-El is able to tell Seg-El, or however that's going to work, man. The trust is not there anymore, and they were really getting along, man, so that's going to be kind of weird, man. But you kind of relate to him a little bit more. It was kind of cool that he's now on a mission at the end of this episode. Heading into next week, he's on a mission to kill General Zod and to pretty much just stop everything that Seg and Lyta and Primus and all the rest of them are doing. So it's going to be them versus him, okay? And he'll, I guess, Zeta Beam in and out of there and kill them or something, and we'll see what happens. Since we're on a different Earth, since there's so many different possibilities, if they do end up killing General Zod can come back in his true form, you know what I'm saying, as a Caucasian character, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm kind of hoping, if that's where they're going to go. I would obviously like to see them keep General Zod on there, and have Colin Solomon actually stay in that role, because that was one of the fan castings, like I talked about, for Zack Snyder and stuff like that, and some of those ideas we pitched around a very, very long time ago. It didn't work out, but it's kind of cool to see that DC is listening to the universe. They're becoming like these guys, like Marvel. They're actually listening to fans, and allowing some of these actors to come in there. Same thing with Jamie Foxx in the Spawn casting, man. To have him and give him an opportunity to lead that. I think that's pretty dope, man. But anyway, that's off topic. But other than that, man, next week looks pretty exciting, man. To have the emotional ending from Seg-El, where he's just sitting there on the floor, he's holding that weapon after after the voice of Raoul, decided to expose itself prior to them exposing him. He's just sitting there. He doesn't even know what to say. He's just at a loss of words, man. And it looks pretty exciting for next week. We'll see what happens. That's it, guys. I think I covered everything. I'm trying to think of anything. There's a couple of little one-liners in there, some funny stuff. I'll shove a rifle so far up your ass that you'll smell it. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, I don't want to die. And I keep on forgetting about this guy, man. Let me see if I can find his name. I'm not really sure who he is, man, but he's Seg's friend in the show. I don't know if is it Kim? Let me see if it's Kim. It might be Kim. Kim. There you go. Kim. That's it. So that was one of his lines where he was trying to get into the series and get some screen time. Everybody's sitting there around this round table, and we're like, all the Zods are pretty much like, we're going to die, and we'll run into this and die together. And then Kim raises his hand, is like, hey, well, actually, to interrupt you, I don't want to die. And that was pretty funny. I laughed at that one. Other than that, that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, man, right here, guys. Enjoy all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and then share your comments about Krypton. Yeah, right here.